In the CAP program, our students work with a client for a total of 9 weeks. The first 7 weeks are spent working here in Washington, D.C., working with the client, often in a virtual team-like environment. Once that is completed, the students then go to the country for about 2 weeks, meet with the client, and do a study tour of that industry and that country to really truly understand the environment in which the client is doing business.
Then once you get there, it's nothing like you've expected. Whether you've traveled before, if you've been to the country before, if you haven't, it's a new experience with classmates on a more personal level. It's a new experience in international consulting. It's an immersion into a culture. It's an experience with a people and a business and an industry, and all of those things sort of culminate into what we know as CAP.
Well, I think the CAP is a unique opportunity for our students to actually apply the learning that they do inside the classroom in the context of a real-world client engagement. And so I think students sometimes look at the learning in the classroom as very textbook, very theory-based. This provides them the opportunity to test what they've learned through the context of class in the real world.
I think what I got out of it was just a different perspective on business altogether. I've worked for Fortune 500, Fortune 100 clients before, and they're so different than going to a farm and working for somebody who's producing 100 bottles of wine a day, or 100 bottles of wine a week. And what that encompassed was, food in different villages, meeting kids, meeting government employees that, help with agriculture, help with small business loans. We were playing games with kids. We were drinking beers at happy hour with her whole company. We were going to school. So it was a full day experience. It wasn't just, hey, show us your financials and we'll get out of your office.
As a future manager and a future global citizen, that's what I like to call it, who wants to be traveling and walking around the world and sort of have that entire global exposure, then CAP sort of gives you that a foundation, because it gives you experience and exposure. And as a prospective student, if you want that, then this is for you.
A lot of people had told me that Africa experience is so important. If you can say that you did something in Africa, or if you say you did an agribusiness project in Africa, then that might be something that's good on your resume. And it was amazing. I don't think I would have, it opened my eyes. I'm so glad I did, because a lot of the other countries I'd either heard of or thought about going to, or maybe they weren't completely out of my comfort zone. I think Ghana was the farthest out of my comfort zone. And I think, picking CAPs, that's the best way to go. It's what's the place and project, or maybe not the project, what's the place that's farthest out your comfort zone? And that's the one you should go to.